Fothergill or Manchester repair, it is the same thing. Manchester and Fothergill operation is the same. Now, it is done under 40 years of age. I told you that the patients who are desirous of retaining menstrual function, but they do not desire a future pregnancy. So, the family should be complete. The uterus-cervical length has to be long. It can be done in a nulliparous prolapse also, but in a nulliparous prolapse, she will not be able to conceive because you are cutting the cervix. So yes, amputation of cervix may be done, but Fothergill surgery is not recommended in women who are nulliparous or who are very young. Okay, so it is done after 40 when the family is complete, only when the patient wants to retain her menstrual function. It is also done in cases of cervical elongation. Now, this is something you need to know, that cervical elongation happens in cases of nulliparous. So, cervical elongation, if we are doing in nulliparous, you have to tell her that there are chances that there may be some infertility, or there are chances of cervical stenosis, there are chances of cervical incompetence. We will discuss the disadvantages and the risks. So, this can lead to bad obstetric history in such cases. So, if I have operated on one patient, I remember long back she came to me, she was newly married and her cervix was coming out of the vagina. I have to cut it because obviously she cannot have intercourse. So I did cut it and she did conceive later on, but she had problems. Okay, she had problems because she had cervical incompetence. So we have to put a stitch again. So these are certain things that we have to tell the patient before we do this. But if there is no choice, then you have to do the amputation if it is coming out like a nulliparous prolapse. Okay. So again, what are the steps? First of all, we do a cervical amputation, but before that, we do a DNC. Why we do a DNC? So that we can dilate the canal. We have to dilate the canal because otherwise once we cut it, the canal is so thin, even if you are putting the vaginal mucosa inside, you may put a dilator later on inside, even then it can cause cervical stenosis. Okay. Then we amputate the cervix, so cervical amputation. Then McEnroe's ligament. Sturm-Dorf suture, I told you the overlying vaginal mucosa is inserted inside, it is taken inside the cervix and plicating it with the McEnroe's ligament. So you're putting a support to the cervix and you're also covering the raw area and creating a neo-cervix, right? What is the next step? We do an anterior colporrhaphy because along with the prolapse there must be some bladder cystocele as well, and colpoperineorrhaphy. Right. So this is the step. These are all the steps for Fothergill operation, and you should know that the patient should not conceive after this. All right.